Hey guys, hey world, wake up. It's your girl, Little Sonya with Let's Talk World, and I'm sitting here with the infamous and talented Chris Voice. Welcome, Chris Voice. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm feeling blessed. I'm out here in Vegas,
Yes.
man. Moving around. I'm on the other side of the country right now. Shout out to Alabama. Shout out to Hobson City. Man, we out here. We moving. We grooving. We doing it, man.
Yes. So, Chris, tell me, what are your titles?
Man, I think I wear a lot of hats, man. Singer, songwriter, dancer, actor, producer, videographer, DJ, engineer. You call me if you need me. I can make it happen.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive. How did you come to get into this industry?
Well, I've been in the music industry on a professional level since I was 12 years old. I started out performing at a festival that always comes to my hometown in Anson, Alabama. It's in Park called Juneteenth. So I was able to open up for artists like Lil Corey at the time. Now it's Bando Jones. I was able to open up for Sammy and just have different people just be able to engage with me at a young age. I got signed to Atlantic when I was 17, 18. I used to sing in a group called Hamilton Park, and we toured with Mindless Behavior, Jacob Lattimore, Dickie Simmons. We were on the very last Scream tour. So pretty much after that, we disbanded, and I went solo back in maybe like 2017. And at that time, I opened the studio as well. You know, I went to switch over to engineering and videography because I wanted to bring a studio to my town so I could help other artists like me, because I had to do a whole lot. You know, I had to travel back and forth to Atlanta. I used to have to get Greyhound bus tickets every weekend to go to Atlanta to link up with the group, you know. So I wanted to make it a little bit more convenient for artists in my area. So I opened that studio.
So you're the blueprint.
I guess you could say that. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Love it.
Right.
Love it. So you opened the studio and then you got busy with engineering and producing.
Right.
What made you come back over to the other side of the mic?
I think because you know, at the time when I realized, because you know I was a kid when we were signed to Atlantic, so
because I listened to your music and I don't mean to cut you off, but he has an amazing voice, girl.
Thank you.
He has an amazing voice,
Thank
and I was really feeling it last night. I kind of wanted to cut the lights out, light the candles,
That's what's
you know.
up. That's the vibe, man. That's the vibe.
Yeah,
but yeah, you know, to get to the point that I am at now, I had to really go back and really teach myself how to do things for myself. You know, because coming from where I come from in Hobson City, Alabama, you know, it's one of the first black towns in America, man. If you go back and do research on Hobson City, Alabama, it was established in 1899, and there's a lot of history down there in little itty bitty Alabama. You know, we got the Freedom Rider situation that happened not too far from there.
What's the population?
The population in Hobson City, Alabama, if you want to be 100, want me to be 1,000 with you, it's probably like maybe 500 to 800 people.
Small town.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's located right in between Oxford, Alabama, and Anniston, Alabama, which is an hour away from Birmingham. But yeah, coming from that area, man, it's real small and real recluse, and you know, a lot of times you couldn't find a lot of people with a lot of knowledge on how to like put yourself out there to the masses as far as pushing your music and stuff like that. So I really had to just sit back and just do the research on myself and use myself as a guinea pig. You know what I'm saying? Like shoot my own videos and record myself, and it was rough for a long time, you know, but I figured it out, you know, got the proper equipment, got the cameras, figured out what I needed to do, and just started making it happen for myself. And just kept on posting reels and never gave up, and eventually had some pop a couple years ago, ended up going viral on Facebook.
What was it?
It was just I think I did a Chloe Bailey. When she was doing covers, and I think she had did the Young Blue record. Yeah, it was the Young Blue record, and I put like a side to side of me and her like going back and forth, and that went viral for me. And then after that, I just started doing more things, like more covers, like Usher.
We need a clip of that.
You don't have to call. Yeah, I got it's all on Facebook. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Facebook at Chris Voice, man. But yeah, that's where it started at home, you know. And now I'm taking everything that I have going on and just going out there, man.
So you're back to the music side of it.
Yeah, back to the music side.
And some acting.
Acting as well, right.
All right. And how do you like the acting aspect of the entertainment industry?
I love acting, man. I love being able to step outside. Yes, I love being able to step outside of Chris Voice.
Yes.
Because I always have to be Chris Voice, this persona, and putting it out musically. But in the acting, I get to be somebody else, you know.
Yep.
So my very first lead role when I played Low on the Dirty D season 2. I'm in episode, was it 2, 3, and 5. Small role, but Miss Lisa Brown, I drove all the way up to Detroit because I saw the Dirty D the first season and I loved it.
Dedication.
I loved how it was shot. I saw the vision. Even I'm sitting way in Alabama watching it on Tubi, but I saw Miss LB's vision and I wanted to be a part of it. I was like, I have to figure out if this director is tangible. So I looked up her information and I saw she was doing auditions for season 2. So I drove up there. I was 30 minutes early. I beat her there. She noticed that. You know, she was one of the first people to get there, and I was number 1. I auditioned first, and she loved it. She gave me a role right there on the spot.
Nice,
Yeah.
Nice. The universe played a role in all of that.
Most definitely.
All
yes,
of that. I
definitely.
love it. I love your drive and your persistence.
Yes.
You know, and for those people that do come from small hometowns and small towns or, you know, underprivileged communities, this is your blueprint.
Right.
At least one of them.
Yes, at least one of them.
At least one of them. This is your blueprint.
It's definitely possible, man. And you know, you're gonna deal with the trials and tribulations. And I mean, I can only imagine what people deal with. You know, family members saying, you know, you probably should just rethink this. You know,
Tell us about that.
I mean,
did you go through any of that with your family members?
Most
and
definitely. You know,
the support aspect of it.
You know, most definitely. You know, shout out to my mother. You know, she's a realist at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And militant because she went to the military. She retired.
Structure.
Yeah, structure. You know, so she retired a master sergeant. So she's definitely giving me the real in every situation. And that was one thing that she gave me early. She was like, you might want to, you know, rethink this. I'm not saying that I don't believe in you. I'm not saying you can't make it happen. I just want to make sure you got a backup plan.
Yeah.
And what I told my mother is I want this. I don't want to invest in this, but be moonlighting the backup plan and have to end up falling onto that. You know, there's a clip. Shout out to Quavo. He just put out his new project. There's a clip on there of Takeoff saying in an interview, he was like, I didn't have no plan B. I wanted to make sure that plan A worked. And that's pretty much how
I think that's the drive for most artists. Me being an artist myself, it's like I want to put all of me into me and what I love to do. That's the passion. That's the drive. And the focus. The focus is definitely there with you guys. Yes. I mean, Chris, come on. Let me know about friends.
Man,
have you lost any friends down the road?
You want to be 100% honest. I've lost friends. I got friends that just aren't really that consistent because, you know, we don't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I love my people that, you know, my real friends, you know, shout out to all of them, my real family that I still hang out with consistently, but I know we all don't do the same thing. Yeah. So a lot of times I don't expect them to understand why I'm moving this way or why I'm choosing not to pop out or why I'm doing this. But, you know, my friends, I have very few of them. I can honestly count on one hand, you know, versus the people that see what I have going on and try to just attach themselves, you know. I have a lot more, acquaintances.
Associates.
Yes, and associates. Yes.
How does that make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel in the same type of way. I feel more focused.
Yeah.
I feel not in a people pleasing mode.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just, you know, making sure I focus on the task at hand because I have 3 children. I'm a father as well. You know, I should have mentioned that earlier. You know, so I have to make sure I keep them in the forefront everything I do.
How old are the kids? Children?
My oldest is about to turn 13 in a couple of weeks. My youngest is 4, and I got a son that's about to be 6.
Girls, boys, all of them boys?
I got 1 boy, 2 girls.
So do I.
Yeah,
my son's my oldest.
My son's my middle man.
Okay. Okay. Is that your junior?
Nope, not my junior, but you know his name is Zay.
That's your legacy.
Yeah, that's my legacy.
Definitely your legacy.
Yeah, for sure.
You've done. I did my research and. You've done quite a few projects with quite a few prominent names, and we're going to get into that in the second segment. But how does that feel to be able to finally be on that level and see your dreams come true where you're working with these other artists and you're seeing yourself on the big screen?
It's self-fulfilling, yeah. But at the same time, when you see things, it's like, okay, I wanna continue, I wanna grow, you know, because I never get complacent. So even right now, you know, with seeing myself and starting to see these parts starting to come in and being on these shows and on the screen, I want more. You know what I'm saying? It just automatically, immediately. As soon as I see myself, like I was just watching myself a couple days ago on the there's another movie on Tubi just came out called Dirty. We've been waiting on that movie to hit Tubi for a long time. It just hit while I was out here in Vegas, actually.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, it's called Dirty. Just just type in Dirty. I think you should see on the cover. It's all blue, and there's just a kid sitting in the corner that says Dirty like that. So
okay,
yeah,
guys, check that out on Tubi.
Make sure y'all check that out. It's really good. But as I see that, it's like, yo, I just want more. I got to go harder, and I got to get better. Got to get back into my acting classes, and just want to just make sure I'm growing. You know, I want to be like Denzel. I want to be like Will Smith. I want to be able to metamorph into something different than even what you see right here talking to you right now. When you go and watch a movie, that's not the same person. It's crazy.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Right, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be able to establish you from your character.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got more to go. We got more excitement, more news, and we're going to find out who he's been working with after the break. So make sure you tune back in. Come on back. We'll be right here waiting on you.
Wanna thank your ex for this. When she swung on the ball, I hit the plug, ran off. He know he taking a loss. Hey, she know I'm dripping in sauce. I ain't gotta lie, if it's some pie, I put up a designer. I'm applying my pride, straight to the island. Somewhere he'll never find you. You know that's automatic. You know I gotta have it. I'ma keep one in her head, just in case that it go on static. I know I'm all in her head now, cause she getting well like my petty. We shoot flicks, no edits. Gotta give your ex the credit. Ain't bring the spaceship. AMG, no basic. I need a boss. Shit, we talk shit and take it. I'm glad you lost it. God, that you bought it. Oh,
all that ass on you and them jeans. Girl, stop playing, come put it on me.
Damn, I wanna thank your ex for this song. And if that nigga pull up, it's gon' be storm. I'm gripping that ass, I smash him. Damn, I wanna thank your ex for this song.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
What affects your credit? The answer can be many things. Let's take a look at a few of the most common factors and how they can impact your credit. Credit history. In order to have a credit score, you need to have open and active credit accounts. This gives you the opportunity to build a credit score and get approved for larger purchases such as a car or a home. So it's important to have a responsible record of debt repayment. Available credit and usage. The rule of thumb is to use 30% of your available credit to minimize the impact of debt on your credit score. In other words, the less credit you use, the better. Monthly on-time payments. By making sure your monthly payments are paid on time, you could boost your credit score. Late payments, however, may bring your score down. Errors on your credit report. Check your credit report regularly to make sure it's accurate. If there are any errors or signs of identity theft, report them immediately to the appropriate credit bureau. Applications for credit. If you're applying for credit, filling out several applications in a short amount of time may hurt your credit score. It's ideal to keep the applications to a minimum. However, there is an allowable shopping window for a mortgage. Remember, a good credit score could possibly save you in interest payments. If your credit score needs some improvement, however, consider starting with the basics mentioned here. And when you're ready to buy your dream home, give New American Funding a call. We'll help you find a home loan that works for you and your unique situation.
Hi, I'm Deacon T with Modern Word Ministries. It's great to be with you today. Just a short little promo for our show. Every Sunday morning we have service, and you can follow us at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on modernwordministries.org. And if you missed us or you want to see some of our older messages, go ahead and check us out on socialmediashows.com every single morning at 9 a.m. It's a great way to kick off your day, get a little bit of the word in you, get something uplifting, get you started off on your way. You know, if you're looking for prayer or you need some help, reach out to us. If you go to our website, again, that's modernwordministries.org, you can interact with me via telephone, via DM, text message, whatever you want. I'll get right back to you. So if you need prayer, you need help, you just need somebody to talk to, Modern Word Ministries is here for you. We are your church in the community. So until you see you next time, be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Talk World. It's your girl, Little Sonya, sitting here with the infamous Chris Voice, who just told us he blessed the MGM with his voice last night.
Yeah, that was crazy too, man. And I'm low key when I'm going to venues like that, because that's a big venue. I don't even know if you would call that a venue, but itself, the casino, I'm automatically looking into who's the event coordinator, who's the marketing director, who could I potentially get somebody on my team to network, because we got a lot of footage of me performing, live bands, like who needs to see what I can do to potentially get up here. So as I'm walking through there, I noticed that they was doing a karaoke night. So I was like, this might be an opportunity to, do something. So I jumped up there. I hit maybe like just a verse of the John Legend, All of Me. And it went great. Everybody enjoyed it. I shouted my Instagram out, got some follows. But, I was just thrilled that I was able to let people hear my voice in that moment. That's because me being all the way out here from Alabama, being able to do that, I was just really proud of that moment.
You stepping on that stage, I feel like you manifested yourself into an upcoming event.
Yes,
sir.
yes.
I really do.
I hope so.
I really do, and I see it for you.
Yes,
I do.
Thank you.
So, as we talked before the break,
Mm-hmm.
you've worked with some pretty prominent artists out there.
Yeah.
You want to drop some names?
Oh man, I've been
tell us a little bit about your projects with them.
Okay. Well, I can only speak on a little bit of it. I can't speak on too much.
Okay,
But
got it.
I've worked with Quavo. Shout out to the bro, man. He's cool. He's got a couple movies coming out. They haven't came out yet, so I don't want to speak too much on them.
Yeah.
But I did a stunt double for him in one film. Well, actually, I did it in both. I did both of them. Both films he has coming up, I was a stunt double in both of those films, and that was great. I got to meet a whole bunch of people. I got to meet the guy off of the Wood, Slim. His
the
name,
darker gentleman. I forgot
his real name's
Oh
Dwayne Finley.
Okay.
That's his real name. And I had to take a picture with him and send it to my mom.
He doesn't age at all.
It looked great.
He
did just look like the movie when I saw him. I was like, yo, bro, it's you. But off the Wood, yeah, that was fun, man. But who else I worked with? Chloe Bailey did Praise This. I was in a scene with her in the studio.
How was that with Chloe?
That was
Tell me
fun.
about it.
She's cool. She's real humble. When they brought her on set, she said what's up to everybody. And I was on a couple of different locations in that film as well. I worked with Drewski for a split second. He thought I was Quavo. He was trying to tell me to come over here with us. Like, you should be on this side. I was like, I should be on that side, but I'm not Quavo. I'm Chris Voice, but I'm coming. So let's wait on it. But who else? Man, I've opened up for T-Pain a few times. I've opened up for Young Blue. We worked with Jermaine Dupri as a group. Shout out to Hamilton Park yet again. We've done a lot, man. Just it's crazy when I think about the people that I work with, and I should be able to just spit them out right now. It's so many, and it happens so fast. It'll just be like, next thing you know, like, oh, you just wrote a song for B5. Like, just doing stuff like that. Yeah. Like, it just happens, like, spur of the moment, because my friends that do work in the industry, we're always calling each other up and putting each other up on the news. Hey, you want to come write this song with me? Like, we just wrote a song the other day, me and Seth Alexander. Shout out to Seth. We wrote a record called Automatic. I'm waiting on this song to get picked up in the next Cars Disney movie. I know it's coming.
Okay.
I feel it. And every time I see a new kid movie come out, I'm like, yo, I need to check out that Automatic song, man. It would be perfect.
Pixar.
Yeah,
you hear it.
Exactly. We're trying
check it out.
Trying to get to that big bag.
Put my boy on.
Right. But
Put him on.
It's coming though, man. But we all over the board doing all sort of different things, producing, songwriting, just getting in where we fit in.
Nice. Now, let's go to the human side of Chris Voice.
Yes.
Can we go to that side for a minute?
We can.
Tell me about those nights when you sit in your room and be like, damn, this is really happening. This is really happening. Not in your home, but on the road, you know, because you tend to have those type of experiences on the road.
You do. You have those existential moments
Yeah.
where you can step
Let's
out.
talk about that.
It happens, you know. Like I remember the other day when I was on set. I was doing the stunt double thing for Quavo. I was sitting in my dressing room, and I was just thinking like how on the other set I was just at, I didn't even have a dressing room. I had to get dressed in the bathroom. So it's a thing to where just that quick you level up, and that was an existential moment. I was like, yo, it's really happening. People are starting to understand my value, you know, which was very long created. Took me a long time to establish myself, and took me a long time to get away from the not get away from it, but get people to understand I'm a solo artist now. You know, because once they saw me for a long time, it was always like, what's going on with Hamilton Park? Is the group getting back together? And, you know, no, the group is not getting back together. We're not on no hiatus or anything like that. We're grown men. I'm not trying to pretend like, you know, you might get another Hamilton Park album, because you won't. You know, I've tried quite a few times to, you know, get the guys together and do things. But at the end of the day, everybody is respectfully just in different places and spaces.
Understood.
You know, so we were young men when we first started that group. You know, we were kids, and now we've grown, you know, and now we have children. So it's a thing to where just different chapters.
And
man.
growth, you know, growth caused separation.
Right.
And separation is sometimes a good thing.
So even in that, you know, like being able to look back and the things that we experienced, like, you know, going on tour for 12 months straight, just traveling all over America, going places and people falling out when they touch your hand. I got mobbed in Kansas City.
How did that feel?
Clothes ripped off. Like I don't know.
Was that your first time?
That was my first time. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen like the Michael Jackson movie, American Dream. It was one scene where they had got mobbed in some city, and all of his brothers they were like, oh yeah, they love us. Michael was crying. He was like, man, that was scary. That's how I felt. I was like, yo, like, because I kept telling him, I'm like, yo, calm down. I'm right here. Like, and it seemed like the more I kept saying that, the more
aggressive
they got. It's like, yo,
yeah.
Next thing you know, clothes is ripping off. My friend Marcus lost a shoe. I lost a hat that a fan had just gave me in another city, because that's something that they would do too. You know, they show up, they give you gifts and stuff, and you know, it's just real genuine love that, you know, you don't even have to ask for it. So when you see things like that just happening, it is an amazing, like, you know, you within yourself, it's like, yo, this is really.
Did it create any type of anxiety in you for the future?
Not necessarily,
Okay.
because I've never been like a super anxious person. I've always been mellow and laid back, even in situations like that. Like, yo, they're ripping my clothes off, but I'm gonna get through it. Like we're gonna make it through. Somebody's gonna come save us. Because what happened was we just ended up walking through the wrong door, and we were just out there amongst the crowd. It was crazy. But even on tour, one thing I used to like to do was I used to like to sneak out of the dressing room before we took the stage. I would sneak out and go sit in the crowd. Yeah, I would just be like, for a second, I just go and sit with people. They wouldn't know who I was, because I would just come out from the side and just sit in the arena for a second and look at the stage and be like, I'm about to be up there and people are about to be screaming. It's crazy. Existential moment.
That's actually an exercise a lot of artists do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of brand new up and coming artists go check out the scene, get a feel for what your crowd, so you can know how to properly entertain them.
Right. I used to we always used to do this thing, and I still do it now. Right before a performance, just, you know, I have to get to myself. I have to have complete silence and quiet, because I have to visualize the performance going great. I have to see myself killing it. I have to see the crowd loving it. I have to see myself hitting all the right notes, because if you can't visualize it, then it won't happen.
It's a form of meditation.
Exactly.
And a beautiful form of meditation.
That's everything. You're gonna use that in everyday life. If you can't see it happen, you gotta visualize it first. See it going good. See yourself making that A. See yourself hitting that game-winning shot. See yourself, you know, making that big check that you're trying to get. Visualize it first, and then go make it happen.
So what's the plan for the future? Any projects you working on now? Anything coming up that we should know about?
I'm stepping into working on my own films now, as far as writing scripts and stuff like that. So I'm getting into that. I got more films coming out. Shout out to Steve Morgan, man. That's the director. We did The Dirty. That's up on Tubi right now. We're doing more short films coming, and I just got another role. I really haven't looked too much into it, but the people, they just want to give me a role. So shout out to them. I'm gonna look into that, and we just got more films coming out, just moving and grooving, and just keeping it going, man. I'm type of person, I jump on everything. If it makes sense, you come to me with it, we gonna make it work. Because I got a brand to push.
Any plans on moving west?
Nah, not yet, man. Not yet. But y'all gonna be seeing a lot more of me out here. I will say that. Because I'm definitely looking into the people that I need to be talking to as far as who's booking.
Any other artists or entertainers that we should know about that you're working with?
At the moment, no, not really. Because I'm doing everything within right now at the moment. So I'm writing, I'm producing.
Let's put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
What's your wish list?
My wish list.
Yeah, let's get the wish list to the
you
world.
Want the wish list? Okay, let's get the wish list. I need a record with Coyle Ray.
Yes.
I need a record with Chloe Bailey. I want to write a record for Chris Brown. I'd like to write a record with Eric Bellinger, or I'd even like to get a record with Eric Bellinger, or I'd like to get a record from Eric Bellinger because he's the truth. So anything, bro.
Hit him up.
Throw me something.
I love it.
Who else? It's a lot of upcoming people that I want to work with too, but I've been reaching out to a lot of people. You know how sometimes people like to just stay to themselves. So I understand and respect that too, because I get like that sometimes.
And how can they reach out to you?
At Real Chris Voice on Instagram. I'm self-managed, by the way. I know how people, they'll probably look at my brand and be like, oh, because I had somebody ask me the other day, like, oh, who's your manager? Who do I need to talk to about booking you? Talk to me.
I got to get you pound on that.
Right. Like, I'm him. Right. I'm him. So, Real Chris Voice on Instagram, Chris Voice on Facebook. IamChrisVoice.com is my website, and IamChrisVoice@gmail.com is my email if you like to do it that way. So just hit me up, man.
Give it to us one more time.
I am Chris Voice on Instagram. No, Real Chris Voice on Instagram. IamChrisVoice@gmail.com is my email address if you want to email me. Facebook Chris Voice.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can check them out. Where can we find your music?
Find my music everywhere. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google. I'm everywhere. Just type in Chris Voice. I'll pop up. I got a record out. I got records out with Jock.
Did you want to give us a sample of your voice before we go? Just a little something. We got like a minute left.
Let me see. I can take my time with your body. Your body. Your body. 'Cause he ain't got the time to do it. And he ain't got the right to do that. I can take your time with your body, yeah, ooh, yeah. Y'all make sure y'all hit me up, man. At Real Chris Voice. I'm telling you, man, it's real out here. And shout out to all the independent artists that's doing their thing. Keep going, man. I'm talking to you right now because I was you. Keep going. Don't give up. Keep pushing your brand. And just because you didn't get no posts or no likes or you didn't get enough likes don't mean that you don't stop posting. You need to post 2 times, post 3 times. Go harder, man, because it's enough money out there for everybody. Plenty of room for everybody.
Well, thank you for joining us today. It has been a pleasure sitting with you, and welcome to Vegas.
Thank you.
Thank you, world, for tuning in. It's your girl, Lil Sonya, and I hope you enjoyed this show just as much as I did. Tune back in next week, same time, same place. Love yous. Bye-bye.